Hi, my name is Albert with Mainland Cycle Center. Today we're going to take a look at a 2014 KTM 1190 RC8R. 1190. This is just an incredible sport bike. This is a high performance, hard-edged motorcycle. Absolutely incredible. Styling, unique, all to its own. Will not be mistaken for another motorcycle. When you see an RC8, it is absolutely an RC8. Just incredible motorcycle. One of the things you'll notice as we look at this bike from the rear is how thin it is. This is a V-twin engine bike, so it's not an inline four, so the bike is extremely thin compared to an inline four. And so V-twin, 1190 cc's, dual overhead cam, 4 valve per cylinder. Of course, it's fuel injected and liquid cooled. It does have a chromoly steel frame, a trellis type frame. This frame does not come all the way around underneath the motor. It is just here on the top and kind of wraps around that way. And so the motor becomes a stressed member of the frame. Swing arm bolts to the back of that. It does have an aluminum swing arm. WP suspension front and rear, so you've got WP suspension with a remote reservoir. It does have adjustable ride height, so you can adjust the ride height here. We've got it set low right now. It has Brembo brakes front and rear, so Brembo brake calipers. Marquise wheels front and rear. 5-spoke wheels really look great. Adjustable foot pegs, footrests. So you can move these footrests. You can see the 3 different mounting holes. So you can move them from here to here, so you can move them down, and then you can remove these spacers to move them up and down somewhat there. So a good little bit of adjustment on the footrests to make it fit you. You can also adjust the shifter peg, so depending on how long your foot is, you can move that front or back a little bit. The exhaust is underbody mounted. That really brings the center of gravity down nice and low on it. So exhaust, underbody exhaust there. Look at the motor. You can see your water pump here, clutch, of course. This is a heat exchanger. I called it an oil cooler, but I believe it's technically called a heat exchanger. Coolant reservoir, massive, large radiator in there. Great looking bike. The white and orange and black are just really great KTM colors. Of course, we've got the WP inverted front forks with the Brembo monoblock 4-piston calipers. When we say monoblock, what we mean is that this brake caliper is made from one solid piece of aluminum. So it's cast and machined in one solid block, as opposed to two halves of caliper that are bolted together. And the way you can tell is there's no seam, but when you look at the back of that other caliper, there's no bolts bolting the 2 halves of the caliper together. Of course, dual discs. Great looking headlight and fairing. It has these LED running lights in here. I think they're intended as daytime running lights, but here in America we have to run the headlight on all the time. We can turn that on, show it to you. We've got this bike service, so your headlight's going to be on here in the US, but you do have these daytime running lights there, and then of course the bottom light will come on for high beam, just like that. But generally going down the road, no high beam, that's how it's going to look. Then the LEDs look cool. LED turn signals in the mirrors. Magura hydraulic clutch master cylinder, Brembo front brake master cylinder, WP steering dampener, full function KTM display there, so you've got a digital tachometer there across the top. A lot of information in here. It does have a lap timer built in. You've got a little lap button right here. And it looks like if you tap that button, you can also scroll through the dash. So you've got odometer. Let's see if I can, hopefully see if we're getting this. Odometer, when it tells you gear position. Trip meter 2. Trip meter 1. Distance to next service. Engine map. There's a couple of engine maps you can put in this. 95 octane, or 91 and 94. And then average time, average miles per gallon, outside air temperature, your coolant temp, and back to the gear position there. So really a full function display there. We can go ahead and crank this one up. Since it's serviced, we'll push the button and give this a little crank and hear how she sounds. Definitely an aggressive motorcycle. The rear seat does pop off, and it just comes off, and there's a couple little fillers that goes in the go in the holes that are there, and so you don't need to buy a solo cowl when you're not carrying a passenger. Just take the seat off. It's nice and slick. It's got some graphics on there. Really looks good. It does come with rear passenger pegs. We do not have them installed on the bike, but they do come with the bike. You can remove those rear passenger pegs. So if I rarely carry a passenger on my sport bike, never carry a passenger on my sport bike, so I would remove that stuff personally. But if you do, that's great. Do it. It does come with the swing arm spools also for the rear stand. It does not come with the rear stand, but twist my arm, maybe I'll throw one in. But all right, well, that's a look at the 2014 1190 RC8 from KTM. Beautiful, beautiful motorcycle. Come by and see us here at Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in LaMarque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, on Facebook, by phone at 409-948-4969. And we just love it if you give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come by and see us in person here at Mainland Cycle Center, where we would love to help any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.